Hi, this is David Harriman, and I want to talk to you about how we teach the stars at Falling Apple Science Institute. We've developed a new way to teach the stars using what we call the horizon globe, and it's a remarkably simple way to learn all the bright stars that you typically see in the sky and be able to track them throughout the year. And this subject is a topic that people shouldn't really be intimidated by, although they often are. People are often told that there's 88 constellations and 1,000 stars, and it sounds impossible to learn and remember. But it turns out there's only 15 first magnitude stars. And a list of 15 items is very simple to remember, especially when they occur in simple to recognize groups that we call constellations. And even the second magnitude, the next brightest stars, there's not more than about 100 that you really need to know in order to really become very expert at understanding what you see in the sky. So the topic is much easier than most people realize. And it's very fun to be able to recognize everything you see in the sky and understand how it shifts from depending on time of night and season. So let's start with how to learn this topic in this simplified way that I can demonstrate with you, to you with the globe. And we want to start with a constellation that is extremely easy to recognize. So we start with Orion. And Orion is extremely distinctive because it has 3 stars in its belt and 2 bright stars above and 2 bright stars below. It's usually the first constellation that people learn. And it's right on the celestial equator, so it actually moves across the sky from east to west along a path very similar to the sun's path. Now, it's out in the evening sky. It's very easy to see during the wintertime. And it's surrounded by a number of other bright stars. So the way that we teach this is by teaching students to recognize what is called the winter hexagon. The very brightest star in the sky is Sirius, and it's down toward the south below Orion in a constellation called Big Dog. And the Orion is above it and a little bit to the west, and then as we travel a little bit further west we see the zodiac constellation Bull. To the north we have Capella, and a little bit to the east we have Twins, and down below we have a constellation that only has 2 stars in it, and it's called Small Dog, but you can't make a dog out of 2 stars, so we call this the dog's bone. Now, in order to be able to remember this group of constellations, we make up a story. Orion, according to legend, is supposed to be a hunter. And so Orion is on a hunt, and he's brought along the twins here, children, that you see holding hands and throwing a bone to Orion's dog. The bull is charging the twins, and Orion is going to, of course, protect the twins. And the whole party is being led by a charioteer up here with the bright star Capella in it. So we see this whole winter hexagon of bright stars tied together with a simple story. And it's very easy to remember, and you've already mastered almost half of the first magnitude stars in the sky just by learning this group. Now, right now, at this time of year, which we're close to summer solstice, we don't really see these stars in the sky because the sun is at the summer solstice position and Orion is very close to the sun right now, which means it rises and sets with the sun, so we don't see these stars. Now, the stars we do see once the sun sets is this group in the evening right now, with the Big Dipper, Lion, Virgo, and Herdsman. And again, this group has several first magnitude stars and a number of second magnitude stars. So it's a group with a lot of bright stars. It's very easy to remember. And here, this is supposed to be you see this girl, the Virgin, lying on her back here because she's fainted because the lion has just walked past her. And you see the herdsman smoking his pipe, and he's about to grab the Big Dipper here and give the poor girl a drink of water. So again, we have an important group of constellations tied together with an easy story, and you've mastered another whole quadrant of the sky. And this goes season by season. Here you have the summer triangle with Archer and Scorpion down below. And by mastering 4 guidepost constellations, Orion, the Big Dipper, Cassiopeia, the summer triangle, and along with the constellations in the vicinity of those easily recognized groups of stars, you can become basically a master stargazer. And with the globe, you can put the sun in its proper position according to the time of year, and then as soon as the sun sets, you see exactly what stars are up in the sky. And at any time of night, put the sun in the appropriate position, and the globe will tell you exactly what stars are out. And you can even add the planets to them. For example, right now, Venus and Jupiter are behind the sun in around these positions. So they will, after the sun sets, now you see them in the western sky. So you can keep track of the planets too with the globe.